Have you ever spent the night in a haunted house? I have. Hi, my name is Sèphera Girón, and I have spent many nights in fear in haunted houses. I never used to believe in ghosts, but I've had some experiences that have led me to believe that there's something happening and I have no explanation for some of this stuff. Uh, I'm just going to share with you one of many, many weird things that have happened to me in one of the many places I've stayed in where things are just unexplainable. Now, some of you may know that I am a tarot card reader sometimes. That's something I do like to do. I have gone on many actual formal ghost hunts, and I'm a horror writer, and I go on writer retreats. So we had a nice little trifecta of interesting experiences for a bunch of us a few years ago when there were a bunch of us horror writers, I think about 13 of us the first year, that rented out a place we dubbed the Haunted Mansion, which was a big, beautiful home in the middle of nowhere, high in the mountains in California. And this place is kind of in a forest, and you have to go up all these winding, crazy hills to get to it. It's very isolated, and the perfect place to be a horror writer, to write some horror stories. We also had a team with us of professional ghost hunters, and so the first year we went, we had a bunch of weird experiences, and we took recordings and pictures, and the professional ghost hunters deciphered a few things for us and indicated that, yes, indeed, we had some unexplainable experiences. You don't really want to go right to ghost, but there are things we could not explain in various recordings and photographs and so on from our first adventure. And the second time we went was a couple years later, so we had lots of time to share evidence online and look at each other's stuff. And we had YouTube channel and a bunch of other things where you could see for yourself some of the things that happened. So the second year we went, I think pretty much everyone who went the first year came back, and then we had a bunch of new people who had heard about it and they wanted to try it too. Why not? Who doesn't want to see a real haunted house, right? So one of the days, I think the first or second night, I can't remember which now, one of my friends came up to me and said, "Hey, Seth, can you give me a tarot reading? I've been having some really weird things happen to me since I got home from the last retreat." So we went up to one of the third floor rooms, a room he had kind of an affinity with, and I thought maybe some of his issues were emanating from this particular room. Though I have to say, some rooms in that place, definitely things were emanating big time. And I don't think I ever went back to this room. So we went into this room, we sat on opposite beds, and I started pulling cards, and he's telling me stuff. He's telling me about how he felt like something had come home with him from the last time we had been at the house. He felt like something kind of clinging to his back, and he shared a few interesting and strange experiences that had happened to him, and so he was trying to get my advice. We were trying to see in the cards, like, did something go home with him? What should he do? What does he need to do? What's the message? What's going on? But as he is talking to me, now, mind you, this guy, he's like 6'5", or I don't know, he's ginormous. And he's all man with the deep voice and all that. And so as he's talking, as he's sitting across from me on the bed in the half light, it's getting dark, his voice is starting to change. It's getting higher, it's getting weirder. And not only that, the next thing I knew, he's under the bed. Just something was pulling him under the bed. He's like, Seth, help me. I can't get out. So I'm trying to pull him out from under the bed, and whatever it is pulling him back. And I was terrified. He was terrified. We're both screaming and freaking out. So finally I go, "We need a high priestess of Isis. which isn't as bizarre as it sounds, because my friend who organizes all these retreats, she is a high priestess of Isis. Now, Isis is an Egyptian, this is an Egyptian thing, not that other thing we think of when we hear that word. So she comes running in, and she'd actually been having some good luck investigating another room where actually she and I had slept the year, but yeah, I'll tell you all about that one another time. That, whew. Anyway, so she comes running in, and then other friends come running up. We get our buddy out from under the bed and we take him downstairs to the main floor and to the front lobby, and kind of by the front door. And we try to sit him in a chair because he's freaking out. And I swear, the chair was levitating. So this very tall man is levitating, and we're pushing him down. And he's up, and we're pushing him down. And our high priestess of Isis luckily had come prepared this time, because we all knew, we all had brought crystals and things. She brought like some special salt, special herbs. She had these wreaths. She was lying in front of the door and stuff. So she had all this equipment with her. So she starts like splashing and shaking and saying the things and doing the stuff. And we're all like, ah, what's happening? He's levitating. Get it out, whatever's happening. And then finally she just gets a rush, I guess, and then opens the door, and she just goes and throws whatever it is outside into the woods. And then she covers the doorstep with salt and with those herbs and slammed the door shut. And our buddy was totally fine, as if nothing had happened. But then we're there wondering, what did she throw out into the woods? And is it still there?